Hi, my name is Terry Ingram. I'm a former police detective from South Florida and the author of the ebook Police State, 10 Secrets the Police Don't Want You to Know. I've had a lot of questions about police handcuffing people and then unhandcuffing them, the legality of that. Can the police handcuff you and then unhandcuff you? Now, the Fourth Amendment permits reasonable searches and seizures and prohibits unreasonable searches and seizures. While there are certainly exceptions or exigent circumstances which can permit police to handcuff someone which they have probable cause to believe has or is about to commit a crime, those are the exceptions and not the rule. So the general rule is, we're not talking about the exceptions, and there are rare exceptions, is that they cannot handcuff you and then release you. If they handcuff you, that is an assault on your person. Now, if you committed a crime, that's one thing. They can handcuff you, and that assault is then justified. I don't care whether the police tell you it's their standard operating procedure, the chief of police, the mayor, I don't care who tells you that. There's no law that I'm aware of, and if there is, it's in violation of the Constitution, that permits police to handcuff you, except in rare circumstances, like I said, and then unhandcuff you because they're nervous, because they're concerned about your safety, because they're concerned about their safety. That's irrelevant. If they're concerned about their safety, then you must be exhibiting some type of behavior that rises to a level of criminal activity, and then they can arrest you or taser you or whatever they need to do. They have lots of tools at their disposal: the tasers, the mace, the baton, the handcuffs, of course, if they're going to arrest you, alerting other officers, getting back up, outnumbering you 10 to 1, that type of issue. They have plenty of ways to protect themselves and protect the public. They have no right to handcuff you and then discuss the issue with you and then decide to unhandcuff you. Unless there's an issue where they have probable cause to believe you're about to commit a crime or have committed a crime, and through no fault of their own, they found out later that you're innocent. It can't have been their fault. They had to have probable cause. For example, somebody ratted you out or something like that, and they found out later it was a lie. Then that would be an exception. Okay, they can't handcuff you because they feel like it or they're nervous. Now, most lawyers, additionally, will not take these types of cases because there's no money in the cases. It's a civil rights violation. It's a violation under Title 42, Section 1983. And in your individual states, you have state laws against false arrest, false imprisonment, and assaults or batteries against you. I didn't mean assault earlier, I meant battery. If somebody handcuffs you, that's a battery. An assault is the threat. So lawyers will not take these suits. That's why I teach my students to sue out their own cases. And they make a determination, if they can't get a lawyer, whether to sue it out the process or not. Now, if you can't sue out the process on your own, there still is the internal affairs process where you can make complaints and use that process up to, through, and including the mayor, the commissioner, the governor, whoever's up the chain of command. So it's up to you to make sure that these police officers that are doing this don't continue to do it, because you teach them how to treat you. If you continue to permit them handcuffing you and unhandcuffing you and you do nothing about it, shame on you, not shame on them. You have every right to complain and every right to sue. Okay, so to recap, the general rule is, if the police touch you, just like if you touch them, that is a battery. Handcuffing you is a battery upon your person. Now, if they see you acting crazy, or they see you threatening people, or screaming at people, or threatening to do bodily harm to them, well, that's an assault, isn't it? That would be an arrestable offense, and they can take you down, and they can handcuff you, or they can mace you, or whatever they're justified in doing, depending on the level of resistance that you provide. If you provide resistance at all, then then they would be justified in doing that. But if they don't have grounds to believe that you're committing a crime or you have committed a crime, you can't just choose to handcuff you. They're trying to extend the Terry Frisk rule, where patting you down, but even patting you down, they still have to have grounds or probable cause to believe that you're committing a crime or that you're about to commit a crime. That's what Terry versus Ohio was all about. We saw these three gentlemen casing a liquor store, and he stopped them in the alley when they kept walking back and forth and patted them down, and they said that was an unjustifiable search of their persons. Well, the Supreme Court of the United States in Terry versus Ohio determined it was not, because it was for their safety. So, but they had to articulate the suspicion of their criminal activity. So they had to state what your criminal activity is and why I'm suspicious of that activity. And it's got to be a grounded concern, not some made-up concern. So the vast majority of the cases that I've seen or been informed of, the police are not justified in handcuffing you, putting you in the back of their car, talking to you, then letting you go. That's completely illegal. It is a battery against you, and it is actionable at law. Like I say, lawyers won't take these cases. There's no money in it. They want the blonde-haired, blue-eyed, white female, 16 years old, in the gutter. Those are the cases they want. They're not gonna take these cases. So your choice is to learn how to handle these cases on your own, or use the complaint process. Do something about it anyway. Stop letting these police officers get away with that. So I hope this answers the concerns of those of you that have inquired about this matter, and I appreciate your time.